So let's do the for-profit discussion. Why did you turn your attention to for-profits? Was there something during the development of this like non-profit stuff that there was like a roadblock? Okay, and this can only be solved with the for-profit structure, or why did you turn your attention?
So there's a few things there. Like one is that most technological development in the last 30 years or so has really happened through for-profits, like the deployment scale technological innovations. So SpaceX is a for-profit and obviously very successful as a company, no matter what you want to say about the founder. Anthropic is obviously hugely successful in what they've wanted to develop and then where they've come to. And it just seems like the place to do these society scale technological innovations compared to so many other places. And on the other side, we're looking at a world where, okay, well, if AI safety is so important over the next few years, we will see that decision makers and private equity firms and like everyone who wants their grandkids to survive in one way or another will want to put billions of dollars to this. And that's like, a predicate to one degree or another where, okay, who's going to absorb that? Non-profits aren't necessarily able to scale as fast as for-profits are. And the technological solutions we want to see need to really be aligned into this lock of, okay, you get profit per safety you create or something like that, and trying to avoid the risky developments. And then you also have that we're at a junction here where it's actually possible, that where we can actually find market value in this. You have Google made their Super Bowl ad with the chatbot taking the wrong choice, right? Like saying something wrong, which is also insane that they did that. And they lose $100 billion in stock value in their market cap. And you're like, well, yeah, that cost them $100 billion. They would probably invest quite a bit in safety as a result of this. And I think we'll see more and more of these cases and spread across like all of these industries. You have a lot during the last 5 years of just like $60 million lost on some failed project about a chatbot that's gonna run the McDonald's drive-through stands and stuff like this, where you're just like, it is now becoming a bottom line issue on their profit and on their revenue, that safety isn't solved. And down the line, you'll see it as an even bigger risk, obviously. So when Anthropic develops the responsible scaling policies and their AI safety level scale, then one of the reasons they do it is obviously because if they develop an autonomous intelligence that might be adversarial and power seeking within their own servers, the level of safety they need to like not go under as a company because it wants to do something different than what Anthropic wants to, is just very high. And so even there, you're seeing very big risks and very big investments, right? And you also see from OpenAI like a lot of safety research coming out. Obviously, it seems like whenever they publish a safety paper, they also publish like an acceleration thing that is then going under the radar. But besides that, it's it's great to see, and they'll in reality just have to do that, right? Otherwise, they're gonna get under regulatory scrutiny. They're gonna get under the public scrutiny, and down the line, they're gonna get under their internal security team scrutiny because they're not safe enough to actually monitor and control the products they develop themselves. So these are a few points. On our side, like from Apart side, we've just developed a lot of research and had this research accelerator where we've accelerated a lot of researchers' work and a lot of publications there. And the whole thing is like Apart started as a for-profit actually, trying to explore, are there these aligned ways to get revenue in and solve very big problems in AI safety? And at that time, I mean, there might have been a few, but we always saw that they were like 95% aligned with solving these problems. And today, I think we can come much, much closer to 100%. So companies that actually get money from doing evaluations for governments, and you're like, yeah, this is exactly the kind of thing where you are getting the money directly because you are safer and better than others in a safety thing. And yeah, so these are just some of the reasons, but I could list even more.
Okay, so Seldon, what is Seldon? That is that a thing that is part of Apart, or is this a new venture all completely?
Yeah, and of course a mandatory pun here with, is it a part of Apart? But it's very much like a sister organization, and they are working very closely together. We have some team members that work in both, but a new spin out in reality that's gonna be working on accelerating these startups that are doing very crucial work, such as you guys at Anand Labs, and try to help counterfactually really make. Well, now I'm talking to you, so it's like I can't talk in third person, but it's in that sense like help founders take that step to make sure they scale in a very sustainable but very, very aggressive fashion to solve the biggest problems here. And it is really, there are 100 problems, and each problem needs a $10 million company at least to sit behind it and solve that problem. And I think that's what we are going to see even more of as we get into the next few years and as AI safety becomes the world's second biggest industry, right? I don't think we're going to see like it's a single problem of alignment and then everything's good and healthy and safe. But that every single problem will need a lot of resources. And so Zeldin is this project to make that happen. And to be the type of like Xerox PARC, right, of AI safety, where everyone, like some of the most ambitious innovators in the space, can sit together in one room, be supported by an immense like infrastructure of researchers that we have from apart, and the type of security infrastructure to be secure from external aggressors that might want to disrupt such work that happens in a safety lab like this, among much else, and provide also the funding, of course. So sort of competing with existing accelerators too, to build out that ecosystem even more.